actually it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet, get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Joined alongside the Wild Western down there, Jacob the Beard in Wisconsin. We got Emilio in Tennessee. We got Tim live in Green Bay. How we doing tonight, Tim?
Here we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's how we're feeling.
Yeah, dude, I like it, man.
Darty and Rumble. Look at that.
I didn't realize I ain't got my camera on, do I? What am I doing?
We're
just wondering
what's going on here.
I don't know. Here, let me see if that works.
Oh.
So we're here to talk Packers tonight, and man, I'm just tired. You know, I've been working out all day.
For those of you listening on the pod, what is that?
What's that, Jacob?
Is that what?
What's up?
I think that's your doppelganger.
Is that a tattoo on your chest?
Yeah, actually, it is right there. Got me some ink last night. You know.
Oh man.
Yeah. What do you think, man? Is it the right side, Jacob? The one night you don't wear your button up down to the navel. Of course,
Why?
I'm on here, right?
Why do you like the?
What's up?
You look
What's
like
up?
you teach karate on the weekends, but
Yeah,
like,
man.
not
you know-
good karate.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody wants a roundhouse to the face with
I
that.
kind of
bad
like
boy
this,
on.
man. You can get the comb over. You know what I mean? You can part to either side. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't wear a deep V tonight just because you guys have been giving me so much crap about it. Before. I tried to look professional like a coach tonight.
I'll make
All right,
up
good
for it
change.
tonight, man. I'll make up for it tonight. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. People going, what in the world is
You're
going
gonna do the
on?
show like this?
Yeah. Like what? What is your problem tonight, dude?
He can block.
What do you mean? Oh, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So let's see. Let's go to the chat real quick. This thing is burning me up, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm done with it.
Clayton, how did you grow that beard overnight, man?
Hey, man, you know how it is, dude. I got some. Oh, look. I got some oil. Right. I've been hitting it with the oil overnight. Had the
The
tattoo
point that
artist
it
come
comes to is unbelievable.
So anyway, in the chat here, we got Dave James, we got Margin Crom, we got United Base, Jacob Buss. I've heard that name before.
Jacob,
Greg and
we got a
Green
couple
Bay.
Jacobs in here
What's
tonight.
the chat think about this? I need to know, man. The FU is strong with Clayton. There it is, right? Let's go. Milltown Corey, LFG, Beard Time. Dang right, man. Dang right.
I'll be honest, I did not expect that tonight.
Yeah. You know, you never know what you're going to get on this show, man. We like to under promise and over deliver. You know what I'm saying, Jacob?
You know, it was weird because I was like, I got in a little early and I'm like, man, Clayton, he's not putting his camera on. He must not be ready to go. He's never not ready to go.
Hey, man, you know how it is. I was going to do the ad read tonight, too, but I'm like, man, I don't want them to be associated with this mess. You know what I'm saying? may cancel the show. But anyway, I got to get rid of this. You guys talk amongst yourself for a minute.
I was just saying, I'm glad we had
Clayton's got to go shave real quick. We got to give him a minute.
I don't know what to say. I don't even.
You should be honored,
You
Jacob.
should be honored, Jacob.
The fact that he was able to find a beard that was an exact replica.
I don't know about exact. It's pretty
You
close.
better watch out because Jacob, identity theft is not a joke.
I just trimmed mine today, actually, and I thought it's a little pointy. I look a little drunken master-ish, you know.
And then you saw Clayton's beard, and we were like, "No, I'm fine. I look great."
Wow. Yeah, we got to get sponsored by Manscaped. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
They got
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Jacob. So it's an honor.
Very well said, Tim. I know this.
Clayton, you got the. I didn't hear the clippers going. Did you get
He's
a?
got a straight razor.
You get. Oh, okay. He's going old school.
Yeah, he keeps it. He keeps it. You know.
Look at Prince.
Wow, look at that.
Prince says
Yeah.
Clayton looks like he'll sell you a mess of crawdads.
The fact that the tattoo's still climbing out of the sweatshirt is
Hey,
the best.
we'll keep the tat around for a little bit.
Dang.
The ladies
I
like
love it. I
Says-
love
says he may go to church or I can change him.
it.
Tell you what.
Yeah, United Bates right here says if he comes back in with an iguana, I'm gonna lose my.
That would.
That would have been that would have been the icing on the cake if he had a little fake iguana right here.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
my
Black
god, dude!
Now he's mad.
Such a missed opportunity. Now we were sitting here one night, and Mandy heard you say, "For those of you listening on the pod," and I said, "You know what I need to do? I need to get me." I said, "Can you find me a fake beard?" And she went, "Oh!" She immediately got on her phone. That's how we came up with
The
the
most
beard.
Asian.
I bet
beard.
you Mandy like 10 seconds to find that too. It was
Oh,
probably
bro.
done and ordered already.
Professional shopper, man. She could find you anything across the globe in 10 seconds. But she was supposed to do my ink for me, but she's at her niece's softball game tonight. She's like, "Are you not going to the softball game?" I'm like, "I got more important things to do tonight." We got to pull this off. So anyway,
Family? No
the fact
family.
that there's still 88 people in here is blowing my mind. So let's go ahead and talk some Packers before we run them all off.
Do we still have a sponsor?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
So one of the things that I wanted to hit on today, and I want to get your all's take because we know it's Lions season, right? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's trying to put false information out. I can't take myself serious with that. Everybody's trying to put false information. What's that?
What's cool?
Yeah. What's funny is I had to pull the clip up too and go, all right, which side is it on? I got to make sure it's on the right side. Is it? Oh, you do got both. Yeah. That's the one I was imitating right there. So,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, I know the other side, you got Ryan Schlip's name on your neck, don't you? Pack Daddy. This is Pack Daddy across it. I love it. All right. So, we're getting a lot of rumors that are starting to swirl. This one kind of caught me off guard. Jacob, did you hear the fact that the Packers were included in a rumor that they might try to trade up with Seattle to get to 16? Have you heard about that yet?
Yes.
All right. So here's the article I found from Yardbarker. All right. It says report Packers trying to make major trade up in the draft. All right. The Green Bay Packers have a reputation for being active in the first round of the NFL draft, and recent buzz suggests that general manager Brian Gutekunst may be gearing up for a bold move in the upcoming 2024 draft. Veteran NFL analyst, Chad Forbes shared an intriguing insight on X, indicating that the Packers are among three teams exploring the possibility of trading up with the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside the Packers, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders are reportedly also eyeing a potential trade-up scenario. Should such a trade materialize, it would grant the Packers the 16th overall pick, significantly expanding their draft day options. Furthermore, it signifies the Packers' keen interest in securing a particular player or addressing a specific position in the upcoming draft. However, the complete picture will remain elusive for Packer fans until the draft unfolds at the end of April. The notion of the Packers potentially ascending several spots in the first round suggests a desire to leapfrog competitors for a coveted player or position. So the first name that came to my mind when I was thinking about them trading up to 16 is Drake May. No, I'm just kidding. I was thinking Cooper DeJean. So I want to go around the horn here. I'll start with you, Jacob, since we kind of started there anyway. If the Packers were to trade up to 16, who do you think they're potentially going after? Like, what name comes to mind for you in that regard?
What's funny is that even before this happened and before I hopped on here, I watched one of Boz's videos just to try to catch the beginning of one of his, and he actually traded up to spot number 19 and traded up for Terry and Arnold. And I thought that was a decent idea. And then my head started clicking, and I'm like, man, that seems like a goody thing to do. I read an article that also said they were interested in trading up. We just talked about how much it's really kind of a need to revamp that secondary for sure. So that to me makes a little bit of sense, or DeJean as well, to be honest. But it just does. And he did. I was interested because I wanted to figure out if we were to trade up from the 25 spot, how far could we get up and what we need to give up. So basically to give up that, to get to 19 or 18, you'd have to give up one of the third rounders. So I'm thinking around that area would be roughly the same. So either 88 or 91. So I don't know, man. I'm not, I guess I totally opposed to it, but in my head, I've just been so trade back that I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, Terry and Arnold. I didn't think of that right off the bat, but Tim, what do you think about that, man? And I can scroll up or down here on the consensus big board. Who do you think they're potentially targeting if the rumor's true? And again, guys, it's Lion season. I'm not saying this is based in fact. It's just that's the current rumor going around. Who do you think they would be willing to say, all right, that's worth it to get up that high to try to grab that player?
Well, if it's Lion season, I'll say Joe Alt. They're going to go up and get a tackle. But no, certainly, names like Cooper DeJean pop into my head. Jerzan Newton pops into my head. Even what's the other D lineman? Byron Murphy. So, I don't know. This is all pure speculation, but certainly we have the draft stock to be able to do something like this. We have a ton of picks this year in the draft. I could see Goody trying to make a move. The question is like what Jacob said, like how high up are we going to try and go? How high up could we even go? Is he going to go into the top 10 and draft a quarterback?
Oh, Lord.
Don't put that out there.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go on the record right now and say, if Goody trades up and gets a quarterback in the first round, I will get this neck tattoo. All right? I'm going to pull the trigger and I'll do it.
Wait, what was the bet? Just so everybody can write this down.
Randy is going to be so.
Hey, everybody in the chat, everybody log this in your mind.
Let me text Goody real quick.
Red flag this. What did Clayton just say out loud?
Here's the two things that have to happen. All right. The Packers have to trade up and draft a quarterback in the first round.
Doesn't matter what. Okay, deal. You heard him. Flag it.
Trade up in the first round. No, there you go. So
wow.
What's wrong, Emilio? That's
a bet you made. I don't know. I don't even like.
I'm with you, Clayton. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Now, if they don't do it, what does Jacob have to do?
Oh, now we're talking.
Nothing. I've already had my identity stolen this episode. My life has been threatened. Been doxxed by Carly.
Oh man. All right. So, Emilio, who do you think it is, man? Just looking at this list here, I know you got your tablet over there doing some research too.
Yeah, I was poking around. I liked what Jake said here. Arnold Mitchell, Fashanu. I also like what J. Cole said, Fuaga. I mean, anybody that we could get to bolster that O-line would be ideal. And if we
he's talking about A.D. Mitchell, is that right? The wide receiver?
Adani. Oh, well, not Mitchell. I don't want Mitchell.
That's who he said, though, right? No,
that is who he said.
Quinyon, I bet.
Yeah, okay, there we go. That's better. That makes more sense. But
if he's still there, 16.
But anyway, I mean, you want to bolster that O-line, and I'm fine with that, or get a lockdown corner across from John, have him and Eric Stokes fight it out.
Yeah, makes sense, right? For me,
I really feel like if we see a trade, it's going to happen during the draft.
Oh, definitely.
It's not going to. We're not going to see anything before. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be. We'll be underway, and a move will be made based on how those first picks are going.
Yeah, because essentially what happens is that when a team trades up before the draft starts, it means they've got a multitude of players that they like in that range, and it ensures they're going to get someone in that tier. Right? That's typically what that means. So if you wait until the draft, obviously comes along, if it falls into place, let's say that this rumor is true, and they did reach out and talk to the Seattle Seahawks and say, hey, we're interested in 16. What would it take? Right. So now, all right, they've got draft compensation, whatever it may be. And I don't feel like going through the draft, the draft value chart and all that stuff, the pick value chart, but because there's like 3 different versions now, and everyone argues that this one's more accurate than that one. It's a pain in the rear end. But what would typically happen is you would get to 16, the Seattle's on the clock. They're going to wait to the last second to make their pick. Green Bay calls them, hey, you still good for it? All right, cool. If that player that they were, wanting to grab falls that far, you take him, right? You trade up and you take him. Now, if for some reason all of those guys in that current top tier of value is gone, then all right, we're just going to stick and pick, right? And who knows, they may have contacted multiple teams about it too, right?
I wonder what Seattle's top needs are right now. That'd be a great question for Jake Shavink, probably.
Yeah, and when you look at it here, them at 16. I think they had their player mocked here, if I remember correctly. Who was it they had mocked? I think I've seen Seattle. Yeah, they've got Troy Fontana, offensive tackle out of Washington. So, that tells me that's probably one of their biggest needs, right? If you're going to take a tackle that early, they probably need a tackle there. So, if that's the case, and the Packers want to try to leapfrog them to grab someone that could potentially fall. Again, Cooper DeJean is sitting right below Troy Fontana, but he's mocked at 25 to the Packers. I don't see Cooper lasting that long. It just seems like he's got so much value, versatility. You guys know I'm not a huge Cooper DeJean fan, but the fact that he can, play in the kick return game, he can play safety. Many people, including your boy Tim Mel Copper, said that he would be the best safety in this draft, right? So I think there's just a lot of value there in that regard.
His boy.
Let's see,
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper anyway?
Right, Bill. Jake Shavink says Seattle needs tackle and interior offensive line. Fontana gives them that flexibility. That's exactly what Greg Cosell said too. Take notes on that today. So Troy Fontana on my draft board. Let me see where I've got him real quick. I think I've got him as my fourth best tackle, I believe. Fifth best. I've got Joe Alt, Fuaga, J.C. Latham, and then Fontana. Yeah, Fontana. So Fashanu before him too, then Fontana. So that's kind of how that sits on mine. So that could be, if that's who Seattle's eyeing and they're looking up, and it sounds like, I think I heard someone say today they expect 6 offensive tackles taken within the first 15 picks, I believe is what was said.
Wow.
Now, if you couple that with 4 quarterbacks, right, that's now 10 picks. And then you take into consideration the wide receivers that people are saying are going to go early, right? And if we climb up here and look at the wide receivers, you've got Marvin Harrison Jr. mocked to go 4, Malik Neighbors 5, Rome Odunze 6. Keep track of that's 3, right? Brock Bowers going at 10. If you include him kind of as in that pass catching, target or whatever. So right there, you've got 14, 15 players that's not even a position of need for you. What we're essentially looking at, and this is why I'm kind of trying to read in the rumor a little bit more. If the Packers are looking to trade up to 16, there's a decent chance that they could get their pick of the litter at the first position of need for them. Like they can get, you understand what I'm saying? They could get the best player available at a position of need just because there's going to be a run on quarterbacks, wide receivers, and offensive tackles. That's pretty darn exciting. And if you're going to spend that draft capital trading up like that, Jacob, you got to make sure it's someone probably in your top tier, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who that would be. We talked about an exercise we could maybe do at some point down the road where we could try to really narrow down everything from PFF grades to the visits to see what their RAS is, to see what, whether maybe they're even their age, all these different metrics to see who's the perfect ideal candidate. We can even throw in year before or previous PFF grade, because it'd be really fun to see how many guys actually meet the criteria of what we think the Packers quote unquote do with that first pick. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've talked about how much that I want to be team trade back because I love the idea of grabbing another pick or 2 in the top 100. I just think that it's such a strong draft in the second and third and fourth rounds. But
yeah, for sure.
It is what it is. I'll be happy with whatever we do.
Let's say Goody's board did look like this, right? This is the horizontal board from the 33rd team. So we're not going to take quarterback, right? Let's take them off the list. So let's just start over here. All right, let's go. We wouldn't go quarterback. Let's include running back, tackle, guard center, D tackle, edge, linebacker, corner, safety. All right. So if you're trading up to 16 here, and let's say, like I said, you got what we say 14, 15 players off the board. You're pretty much going to have your pick of the litter outside of these top tackles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead. Let's take the tackles off just because that's the rumor that there's going to be 6 to 8 taken in the top 15, right? So here's the players when you talk about positions of potential need for the Packers that you're going to be looking at, right? So who would they be trading up to get if this is how their board looked? It's another way of looking at it. I don't think Nubin will go that early, obviously. Latu is one. I heard Daniel Jeremiah say this. This blew my mind. You see Latu, they got him in the 6'8" range, right? Second best edge defender in this draft. I've got him as hands down the best edge defender in this draft. Daniel Jeremiah said that he heard that 18 to 20 teams will be taking him off their board for medical purposes. That blew my mind, Amelia. I was like,
That's crazy.
whoa. So there's a chance
Say
that
that one more time. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so Daniel Jeremiah said that he heard, I think he said it was a GM or an executive that he talked to here recently, that there's a good possibility that 18 to 20 teams will be taking Latu off their board. Now, that doesn't mean they won't take him in the second or third round. When they say take him off their board, they're talking about, he is definitely a top 10 pick just based off of talent and ability alone, right? But when you include the neck, I think it's a neck injury, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a medical retirement, right? Then he got cleared.
Yeah. So if you include that in there, they're saying that 18 to 20 teams, what it basically comes down to is Latu could drop to 21 or 22 in this draft, right? So I'm
two-thirds of them saying, or possibly 2/3 of them taking him off the board. That's basically our pick at that point,
right? Exactly. You got McKinstry, you got Wiggins. We know Goody likes his RAS, or at least his athletic profile, not specifically RAS. I'm kind of looking at these and going, who could it possibly be?
Do you think that Quinyon Mitchell's actually going to be available? Because that to me seems like a million.
Yeah, when it comes to Quinyon Mitchell, the 33rd team is a little bit lower on him. I think I've got him as my best corner. I'm almost positive.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
They're even kind of low on Arnold there too.
Yeah. So I've got Quinyon Mitchell in the 12th spot. He's my best corner. Then Kool-Aid McKinstry, then Nate Wiggins, then Terry and Arnold, then Cooper DeJean and Enos Rakestraw. So that's how they sit on my board. That's the thing. If these rumors are true, we know there's going to be at least 3 quarterbacks taken. I think everybody pretty much agrees with that. Michael Lombardi said, he was asked by Femi Abimafe, said, hey, how many quarterbacks, if you had to put money on, how many quarterbacks do you think will go in the top 10? And he said, I would feel most comfortable at 3. He didn't feel comfortable enough to say 4. Now, every year this happens, and it makes it sound like, your Malik Willis's, this guy could be the top quarterback taken, and they fall out of the first round, right? Like you seen it with Will Levis. He was 4-1 odds to be the top pick in the draft last year. He fell down to the second round, right? If I remember correctly.
What do you think about this comment here from Jake? That's a good point.
Yeah, he says Christian Gonzalez was tabbed. Let me move this out of the way. Was tabbed to be a top 7 to 8 pick, and he fell to 17. Quinyon Mitchell could be available at 16. That makes a lot of support. Jake, you're going to get my damn hopes up.
That's mine was saying because he's his own corner.
Yeah. If Quinyon Mitchell is there, I will be pounding the freaking table for that. I'm going to move this back up, Jacob, so we can actually see your beautiful beard there while we put the comments up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care, dude.
Maybe put my beard back on either. All right? I'll do it. I ain't scared. So, I just thought we'd kind of kick things off with that because I thought it was pretty fascinating that rumor kind of got spilled out there. And again, Tim, you know this, right? Like, it could have been the Packers called them and said, what would it take? And that's it, right? And, they may have said, hey, we want this, this, and this. I can't take myself serious every time I see that. No offense, Jacob. It just don't look right on me. You wear it well, my friend.
Oh, dude, it looks good. I'm telling you. I bet you tonight when you go to bed, man, it's going to be like, what's up, Clay?
That's exactly how she'll say it. She'll say,
what's up?
So, all right. Another one too, Jackson Powers Johnson kind of crossed my mind a little bit here too. Simply because the fact that, every time that we've tried to do a mock draft, what's happened? It seems like it's always the Cowboys that takes Jackson Powers Johnson, right? Like a pick before us. It could be one of those scenarios too, where maybe they try to go up and grab an interior offensive line. It's so rare that interior offensive linemen are drafted. You know what I mean? That high.
That early, yeah.
Were there any taken in the first round last year? Jake would definitely know the answer to this question. Were there any interior offensive linemen taken in the first round last year's draft?
Clayton, do you have our draft, that breakdown of our drafts?
Talking about the mock drafts?
The mocks, yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let's see. Bang.
Ooh,
I did get them. I did get him at 25. Okay.
come on.
I thought we had one of the drafts had that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was, and I believe that's the only time I've seen it too.
Yep.
Because I specifically remember thinking those dang Cowboys, man, they always taking them at 24.
Did you see what I did, fellas? That's nice right there. That's a nice That's some good drafting. I got Latu in the first. I traded back. Then I got Bullard. Man, that was a good draft, Jacob. Solid.
It was.
Well, I got
Just get you a little bit of confidence, man. You'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying?
What?
What were you saying, Jacob?
Oh, nothing. Just that draft is hotter than the possum in a dumpster fire. That is a possum in a dumpster.
Jacob, you got to say hotter than a $2 pistol. All right, that's the saying. All
I
right,
thought it was hotter than a possum in a dumpster fire, like you said.
then you can add in people's hometowns too.
Oh man,
You say hotter than a $2 pistol and down Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, all right. What else do we want to hit on, Jacob? Do you got anything else that you want to hit on here before we get too deep in anything else? Because I'm thinking, I'm kind of feeling like a mock draft. I don't know.
I was gonna say mock draft. We got Shavank in here clearly.
Yeah.
Shavank, why don't you just pop on here quick? It's Friday night. Let's do a mock draft quick. Everybody in the chat, tell Shavank to hop on.
Yeah.
We'll make you a whiskey sour and get on here.
No, other than, I sent Clayton a picture of Bo Melton. Shared a picture. Was it Derek Mays wearing sunglasses? And I can't.
Right.
Yeah,
They
back in the
should.
day.
I don't know if they shared. Did they share a number or? Hey, look at this. Peer pressure works, guys. I don't care what all the counselors tell you. Peer pressure.
I don't care what all the counselors tell you.
Yeah, here we go.
This show sucks so bad.
Jake gets on. I'll go get a new battery.
Wait a minute. That's
You
right.
got a charger in the car bed, Emilio? Is it?
No, it's in the other room.
I thought that was fossil
The
fuels.
spotlight is flashing a little bit. It's telling me it's on its last bar. So I got
man.
Milwaukee. If you could send me a couple batteries to test.
Yeah,
that.
You need a what do you got? M18, M12? What do you got?
Yeah, it's
over there?
M18. Don't worry.
Okay.
Ron Sample, peer pressure made Clayton grow a beard. Yeah, that works, right?
Coach says, "Don't teach me with a mock. Don't tease me with a mock draft." I'm telling you, I think it's going to happen.
All right, let's do it. What platform do y'all want to use? Though?
Wide receiver.
Yes, no-
I feel like PFF's the best way to do it. I like the way that have you seen how Boz does it though? He pulls up the Rich Franklin draft chart and just actually makes the trades based on that because he says that PFF's, in addition to every other platforms, is just way off track. So he actually makes the trades draft
realistic.
line up with that. So, anyways, I thought
That's a good idea. While we're waiting on Jake and I get this queued up, I got a video here from Packers.com. It's on Zach Tom. Let's play it real quick. This is pretty cool. Just them highlighting Zach Tom a little bit. We'll play it and I'll get this mock draft set up. What platform do y'all want to use, boys? Do y'all want to use PFF? You want to use Consensus Big Board? What are we thinking?
We should go PFF and then maybe move that slider, right, Emilio? Like,
Oh yeah.
change the draft a little, maybe move it towards the middle.
The random or whatever, randomness?
Yeah, like
I got you.
maybe go half and half leaning PFF.
When you pull it up, we'll
more.
adjust it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll set it up right now. Let's check out this video from Packers.com on Zach Tom. You can check it out on their Twitter page, on their YouTube channel. Give it a like, share it, all that good stuff. Here we go.
Zach is one of those players that he can line up almost anywhere and play well. They got a right tackle for the rest of the decade.
It's amazing. Zach Tom's awareness of his body, the way he can move, the way he can punch, the way he can mirror defenders. He's a kid that's smart, tough, and a really good athlete.
A guy that prepares the right way every week, plays with the right attitude, the right mentality. He's a pro.
Zach Tom figures to be a longtime starter for the Packers, a gem of a find in the 4th round of the 2022 draft. You may remember the Packers found 3 solid O-line pieces in that draft, all making contributions last season. Rasheed Walker settled in as a starter at left tackle, while Sean Ryan logged plenty of snaps at right guard. One of the all-time great Packers O-linemen and a colleague of ours has been tabbed for a prestigious honor by the Packers Hall of Fame. Larry McCarron is set to receive the Bart and Cherry Star Recognition Award, honoring The Rock for his outstanding character, leadership in his field, and his commitment to the Green Bay Packers. National Scout Sam Seal will also be recognized at the banquet in August. The Hall of Fame is awarding him the Bob Harlan Leadership Award, a well-deserved honor for a man that has helped bring several stars to Green Bay over his nearly 30-year run with the team.
A lot of people don't know Green Bay is a hidden gem. And the way the Green Bay organization treats the players and the scouting staff is unbelievable. Now, I've never been anywhere else.
Holy cow, look at that right there, boys. Key selections. National Scout. Aaron Rodgers, Clay Matthews, Devontae Adams, and Kenny Clark. This dude helped find him.
So I can't say that this is the best, but to me, this is one of the best organizations where it takes care of people and people actually matter.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Golly, what a resume that dude's got as a scout. My gosh, man. Kind of wish they hadn't put him on the video. Somebody go try to swoop him up, right? As their GM or something. So, all right, here we go, man. Let's add it in. Where's Jake at? Yeah, I don't know, Coach Lynn. I'm assuming he is. Maybe he isn't still on staff. Not Jake, but Sam Seal.
Jake, don't hurry up. He ain't going to be on staff.
The draft robot. Look at this. The draft robot. You love to see it. All right, let's see if we can get this thing set up right here. Jake, how you doing this evening, bud?
I'm doing great. As United Bates said, I was changing my batteries as well. So,
gotcha. All right, cool. I'm gonna set you to automatically. I'm gonna automatically do your mic here to see if that helps. You're a little low. We'll see if that should.
Yeah, I was a little low when I got in.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
Yeah. All right, so you guys talked about the randomness, right? This is what you're talking about, Tim. You want to crank this up a bit?
Either that or split public and PFF.
That's what I was saying. Public versus PFF.
Split it down the middle or put it over to PFF just to switch them up a little bit. You get different drops.
All right, let's go there. Is that good?
Are we able to use a clock? Is that a thing?
Joe G says use a clock.
Just saying, man. Make it real, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Timer at 10 minutes at 25.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put some coffee on real quick.
No, it'd have to be like 4-minute timers.
Yeah, I want to make it interesting, like 2 minutes each pick.
Okay.
All right, so we're using the Cleveland Browns here. Let's get it cranked up. Just kidding. What were you gonna say, Emilio?
I was gonna say, didn't Tauger say that he was talking about somebody was gonna take Ray Lewis and they caught him with his pants down. They ended up taking McDonough. Right?
I think it was Ron Wolf was gonna take Ray Lewis with the very next pick, but they ended up. The Baltimore Ravens obviously took Ray Lewis, and then the next pick the Packers took just completely busted out. So wild, absolutely wild there. That's the first time I had heard that story. Amelia, was that the first time you had heard it too?
Yeah, I was just listening to that today.
Yeah, that was crazy. So let's see if we can get this a little bit more zoomed in for you folks here this evening. That's about as good as we can do. All right, here we go. Let's crank it up.
Bigger, Clayton.
What's
that's
that?
Pretty good. Nothing.
Yeah,
Don't
I know.
use the drop. Don't use the drop.
All right, so let's go full screen here. All right, that'll be good. All right, so we are on the clock at number 25. Best available according to PFF's database here. You've got Jackson Powers Johnson. Looky there, center out of Oregon. You got Tyler Nubin, safety out of Minnesota. Peyton Wilson, linebacker out of North Carolina State. Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver from LSU. Jake, keep your thoughts to yourself for a second, sir. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy from Michigan. Tyler Guyton, tackle from Oklahoma. Keep in mind that has been a top 30 visit for the Packers, so that's kind of interesting. Showing where he sits here on our first mock. So let's get in that info. And then, how do you say this one, Jake? Is it Adonai Mitchell? Is that right?
It is okay. Adonai. Yep.
I keep hearing Bucky Brooks call him AD. So I was like, I don't know if he just
they have used that too. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Good stuff. And then let's see who else. Zach Frazier, center from West Virginia. Wide receiver Ladd McConkey from Georgia. Let's go around the horn here. Emilio, as you're chewing up your hamburger over there, whatever you're eating, what do you think right here? Which direction would you like to go on this in the first round?
I would say either Tyler or JPJ, just because it would kind of line up if we're drafting like the Packers would.
Okay. So you thinking JPJ or Tyler Guyton, right? Or Tyler Newman? Who?
Tyler Guyton. I mean,
Guyton.
Newman. I would wait for Newman.
All right, cool. Yeah, it says average draft position 39.3 for him. Jackson Powers Johnson averaging out at the 25 spot, and Tyler Guyton is averaging the 29 spot. So interesting there. All right, Jake, what are you thinking here, big dog? What if this was the best players available based off the information we've learned this week? Which direction would you go?
It's funny because I feel like this is like 100% like how I would do a first 24 picks to mess with you guys if I was drafting for everyone else. Because I think if you see those last few picks, it was like, you know, DeJean, Latu, McKinstry, Barton, like all of the guys that we've talked a lot about. Yeah, I think Tyler Guyton's probably number one in terms of like if that's what Green Bay is going to do when they're on the board. It's hard not to pick Jackson Powers Johnson though.
Yeah.
Immediate right guard, maybe the long-term center. Those are probably the two that I would lean to as well.
I was listening to Greg Cosell talk about him today, and he just started laughing. He said, what you're going to get in Jackson Powers Johnson is a nasty, nasty offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that sets the tone. And he said, Ross, as you know, talking about Ross Tucker, who spent, played in the league for several years, played for like 6 different teams or something, offensive line. He's like, as you know, that's what's might be most important on the interior is those guys that are just going to set the tone and play nasty. So he is really, really big on Jackson Powers Johnson. What do you think, Jacob, right here? It sounds like right now the consensus is Jackson Powers Johnson.
I think the consensus is trade back.
Yes, sir.
Trade back. That's me. I like Jackson Powers Johnson. I like Newman. I like Wilson. I like Guyton if you have to, and I obviously like Frazier. You guys give me a bunch of crap about that. At this point, I don't want us to do this in this mock just because mocks are stupid, whatever. But I would honestly at this point like us to see if we could get any sort of trade back potential, because if you have to make me pick one of them, I'd go JPJ for sure though.
Got it. Tim, what are you thinking, Bob?
I'm right in line with Jacob. It's either JPJ or let's start looking at the trades.
Clayton, wasn't Greg Cosell, was it him that was saying that JPJ is just built like a box? Like he's just like wide and square?
I think it was him, yeah.
That had me laughing.
Yeah, no, he kind of mentioned him like that, and he mentioned someone else. I can't remember if it was.
I think that's what Deadfish means by pick SpongeBob.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, like he
100%. That's what he means.
Like he's never seen a guy just built so square like a box.
Got it. All right. Well, the question is, guys, do we want to trade back or do we want to take Jackson Powers Johnson?
I would look at let's pull up the trade proposals.
Oh, no.
I feel like we should just pick them as they lie.
21 picks? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So, yeah.
That's rough. What do you bet that Newman will be there, though, still? Hello, Newman.
Yeah, so we're going to stick and pick here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think Jake brings up a good point that, he's adding value to your O-line instantly.
Yeah.
You've got a plug and play at right guard. He could potentially be the center. I mean, do we really think Josh Myers is the center of the future in Green Bay?
I know how I feel about that. I don't know how everybody else.
And he brings the nasty, right? He's going to set the tone, and you need that on the offensive line.
We need an aggressive run blocker. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you need 3. You need 3 good guys. Isn't that what he was saying? You need 3 good offensive linemen. If JPJ is a plug and play right off the bat, you got JPJ, Elton Jenkins, and Zach Tom to start your offensive line, and that's exactly what you build it from is 3 studs.
Yep. And if Rasheed Walker continues to develop the way we hope and believe he will, we're looking real good on the O-line.
I love what Jake said too. It's like you got a starting right guard next year. If Josh Myers moves on, then you can literally pop Jackson Powers Johnson over to center. You're all set. Get you another right guard, and you're ready to roll. So
gravy. This is gravy.
Let's do it. All right, Jackson Powers Johnson. That is the pick 25. All right. Up next,
what the heck is going on here?
We're in the 41 spot. And
holy cow.
This is a good example right here of the fact that the quarterbacks did not go the way that we were hoping they would go there in the first round. J.J. McCarthy's still on the board. Bo Nix is still on the board. Michael Penix Jr. is still on the board.
It's a weird
And
draft.
here we are.
That's what I'm saying. You slide that bar a little bit to the middle and you switch the public board and PFF, and it throws you completely for a loop.
Yeah.
Yep. Clayton, you already know what my pick is.
JJ McCarthy. Now, what is it?
No, how dare you?
It wouldn't be that. His name wouldn't rhyme with bake stall, would it?
He sure would.
Wouldn't rhyme with pine straw, would it?
So here's the best available. We got J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, wide receiver Troy Franklin. Obviously, was Bo Nix's number one target there at Oregon. Tackle Jordan Morgan from Arizona. Cornerback Enos Rakestraw, Timothy Jr. Green there at Missouri. Let's see. We got Kingsley Sua Mataya, tackle out of BYU. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington. Wide receiver Roman Wilson out of Michigan. And then we got safety Javon Bullard. I know who Jacob's pick is here. Yeah. So what are we thinking here, Jake?
So should I not say this first thing, or do you not want? Should I not speak on?
He's gonna grab a quarterback, isn't he?
Goody would 100% do that.
Oh boy.
But obviously, like this is I think more of what we're doing. But if Goody finds himself with McCarthy and Nick's still here, I'm almost positive he's going to take one of them. To be clear, Chad, I'm not saying I would do that.
I have said that 300 times this draft.
To be clear, be very, very clear, I would not do that.
Is there a position you want to see, Jake?
I think for me, I think it's three names. I think Jordan Morgan's a very just reliable, springy mover at tackle, almost like a Zach Tom in the way he moves. I think that's a really nice competition to have with Morgan and Walker at left tackle. Sua Mata'ia gets you some tackle guard experience. He's got right tackle experience. He played a lot better at right tackle at BYU. Or I think, I don't know if you want to scroll down a few more spots just on the full board itself, but okay. I think Javon Bullard would probably be the third one for me. Safety experience, nickel experience. Yeah, I think it's those three.
Mm-hmm. All right. Got it. Jordan Morgan on my board, I've got him in the 35 spot. So that would be great value there, according to my board here. So looks like, cornerback already dried up. And I'm telling you, Jake, is that what you've experienced too? Is if you don't take a corner in the first round, it's just like, whoa, where did they go?
Yeah, I find that when I, at night at 2 a.m. when I'm running through like 15 of these for fun, as robots often do, that like if I don't take corner at 25, I just don't like the mock as much.
Yeah,
and we didn't kind of have a choice, honestly. It there was nothing where I was like, oh yeah, we're in a position to take one at 25 based on how the board fell, but it just kind of stinks when even McKinstry's not available there when you go through these. So yeah, it makes it a little tougher. I still think there are a few gems, I think, in the mid rounds that aren't being talked about enough. I think you guys have hit on them a few times when you guys have been discussing these on the show. But yeah, I think this is the weird spot at corner for me in the second round.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So if you had to pick one, Jake, who's your pick, man? I'm gonna make you decide, man. You got
my vote would be for Jordan Morgan, I think.
All right, tackle Jordan Morgan from Arizona. All right, Emilio, who would your pick be here, man? Any positions you want to see?
I guess take me over to linebacker real quick, and then bring me back to the main board.
All right, let's go linebacker. You got Edgerrin Cooper. You've got Junior Colson. By the way, listen, I was going to get an audio clip together for you guys earlier, and I forgot. Daniel Jeremiah and Bucky Brooks did a little exercise today, and they were like, okay, if you have to take one of these linebackers, who would it be, right? And I think the consensus was kind of Peyton Wilson, but Bucky Brooks and Daniel Jeremiah both said, yeah, Junior Colson, he's mock ready. Put the green dot on him, throw him right in the middle of your defense. I was like, holy cow, don't you try to sell me on Junior Colson. So, so you got Edgerrin Cooper from Texas A&M, Junior Colson from Michigan, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. from Clemson, Maurice Lafau
and I honestly think we'll be fine till 58. So just take me back to the big board, and I would probably run up a. I would honestly probably go for Rakestraw, I think, to get a shot at a corner before they maybe drop off another tier.
Let's put Tim on. So we got one for Rakestraw, one for Morgan. Jacob, how you
That's
feeling?
2 for Rakestraw. 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just go on.
Out of the way.
What do you think? Jacob, sir, are you there?
Oh yeah, no, you asked me. I thought okay. I would go. Honestly, I'd go Rakestraw if I had to, but I'd want Bullard. But if Rakestraw's the better value, then pull that trigger. Otherwise, I'm a Morgan fan as well.
Got it.
Let's make Clayton be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, Jacob said Morgan at the end.
Jacob, you and I either go to the Bullard or Morgan train, and we'll leave Emilio and Tim with Rakestraw and make Clayton make the decision.
So we got two Morgan, 2 Rakestraw. No, I think
All right,
right.
here's what I'll
want,
say is-
Jacob, do you
And
want
Clayton
Bullard?
picks JJ McCarthy.
Overruled.
If you told me I had to choose between Jordan Morgan and Ennis Rakestraw Jr., as much as I would want to go corner here, just because I do think it's a true need, you got to think those positions of tier 1 importance, right? And it's tackle, man. It is. I mean, we've talked about it over and over and over. Tackle, edge, quarterback. I know nobody wants to hear quarterback. And then interior defensive lineman. Those are the positions that you've got to treat them like almost like they've got their own board. You really do. Yeah. For me here, I mean, let's think about this for a second. You took Jackson Powers Johnson at right guard, right? Or you took him, you're going to play him at right guard. If you took a tackle here, you can now kick Jackson Powers Johnson to center, right? And you can put Jordan Morgan. Where did Jordan Morgan play? Was he left or right side? Do you know, Jake?
Left side.
So he was left side. Ooh, see, now you got 2 left tackles, right? So you're just looking to upgrade.
Yeah, short arms though. 32.
I heard people say they're going to kick him inside, though. Yeah, because he's got short arms. So they're saying that he's basically going to get kicked in.
Man, that's tough. That's a tough decision there, boys. That's really tough.
He graded out really well for 2 years straight, like really well.
This isn't going to solve our problem, but I think if I had to pick on my own, my pick here would probably be Javon Bullard.
I'm down with that.
Bullard.
I'm down with that.
I go with Bullard.
Yeah. So did I just sway you all's vote? Is that what happened here?
I think Jacob and I were pretty much on like Morgan or Bullard, and it was just kind of like
which train you want to
do whichever.
Bullard's my favorite safety in the draft. And the thing about Rakestraw is that I like him. I love Missouri guys, but his RAS was shockingly bad. And I don't know if Goody would ever – it just seems so out of character for him to spend such a high draft pick on a guy like that.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking like starters, right? Starters, and we need that box safety. We still do need a corner opposite Jair Alexander. I don't think that we have the answer on the – I have no reason to believe we got the answer on the roster right now. But Javon Bullard, I don't know. That just seems like, all right, you plug and play him. That's your starting safety opposite Xavier McKinney. He could play in the box. I think he played a little slot too, if I remember correctly.
He's very well versed.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger on Javon Bullard here.
Ooh, Tim's Revenge of Saul.
Hold up, boys. We just talked ourselves out of it, I think. No. Let's see. He's going to be gone, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, he'll be gone. And Rakestraw.
Philly loves to take Georgia guys just like we do. They're sitting there at 50 chomping at the bit. They need safety help, too.
I'm going to break y'all's heart. We're going in a Rakestraw.
Oh, my
God.
Wow.
That just happened.
You slipped him 100 under the table. I cannot believe it.
My Lord.
Okay.
That's just the way it goes. Well, listen, that sounds like life to me. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm happy as a possum in a dumpster.
I bet you are, Tim.
Jacob and I went to GM Clayton. We were like, we really like these 2 guys. And Clayton's like, yeah, I like them too. But you're wrong. We're going Rakestraw. Just
guys, we made a new podcast coming out tomorrow called Jacob Takes on Clayton. And it's going to be just revenge.
It's actually just called the Javon Bullard train. That's the name of the pod. That's all it is.
Exactly. I mean, you never really know what you're going to get on here. You know what I'm saying?
What is going on here?
You just never really know what's going to happen. You know what I mean, Jake?
Goodness me.
So, it is what it
Man,
is.
I don't know how you do it, Clay. You
Hey.
just shaved, man.
I didn't.
Well, it
It's
is.
not a joke.
When it comes to a point, it's good.
All right. Anyway, back to the draft here. Let's get serious, guys. This thing's off the road. We're at the 49-minute mark. We've taken 2 picks. Let's go rapid fire. Let's go rapid fire. We're getting it done. All right. So we are at 58. Best available tight end Jatavian Sanders, edge defender Marshawn Nealon. You got Jalen Polk, wide receiver out of Washington. Chris Jenkins, defensive lineman out of Michigan. Jaden Hicks, safety out of Washington State. Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M. Oh, Christian Haynes. I think he's 30 on my board. Good God Almighty. So, what are we thinking? Let's go around the horn. Let's start with Jacob this time. Jacob, what are you thinking, bub?
Oh boy, Edgerrin Cooper's definitely tempting. Chris Jenkins is even more tempting right now. But can you drop down the linebackers just real quick and see who else is up here?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I want to take one of these top tier linebackers. I think I go, man.
Cooper or Colson?
I think I want to take Colson right now, if I'm honest.
All right, so your pick is Colson.
Yeah.
Jake, what are you thinking, bub?
Because we got to get all the way to 88.
Yeah.
Can I see offensive tackle and interior defensive line really quick? Okay, well that's.
There you go, sir. We got Chris Jenkins, defensive lineman out of Michigan. Brandon Dorless. I got hair in my mouth. This sucks. Defensive lineman Tavondre Sweat. You got tackle Blake Fisher.
Learn how to work with it.
So you got a little run on tackles here, don't you, Jay?
Yeah. That stinks. I love picking Amagaji here every time, and he's not here. I think if you want to go back quick to the just the full board, please, I will say I think it's hard to pass up on Marshawn Nealon here for me. Has all the size and power at the position that Green Bay covets at edge. This is exactly the type of player that they like. Goody has literally said this. He got on the mic. I think at the owners meeting it was like, yeah, just we it's a big man's game. Like we're gonna play big at edge, and like this is that guy. Other than that, I mean, kick Josh Myers to the curb, JPJ at center, Haynes at right guard.
Oh man, Haynes at right guard, dude. That gets me fired up, man. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's go, Tim.
I'm with Jacob. I'm going to trust my gut. My first reaction was Chris Jenkins, D-line, Michigan.
Okay. All right. So we got Chris Jenkins. We got Christian Haynes.
I said Colson, by the way, but I like Jenkins.
Yeah, you said.
Oh,
Colson.
you did say Colson. My bad.
Colson, Chris Jenkins, Christian Haynes. Is Christian Haynes your pick, Jake? Is that right, buddy?
My pick's going to be Nealon, I think.
Nealon. Okay, got it. All right, Emilio, let's go, buddy. What you got here?
I was really leaning on Chris Jenkins because I want him to throw on that 77, but
nice.
Jake made a pretty compelling argument for Nealon. I think though, if you pull the trigger, I'd take Chris Jenkins just because family ties.
All right, you go Chris Jenkins. All right, so it really comes down to, Chris Jenkins has pretty much got it. Let's do Chris Jenkins here, Michigan defensive lineman. I like it. Again, we don't know what the future is for Kenny Clark, right? What do you think, Jay? Do you think they're going to re-sign Kenny, man? How do you feel about that situation, dude?
I mean, if you were to tell me that Kenny's not coming back in 25 and we have Johnny Newton or Byron Murphy, I'm in. Like that, I'm totally fine with that.
Got it.
If not, though, we need him.
Got it.
We need him.
All right, number 88 here. Amelia, we're going to start around the horn with you this time. We got Bucky Irvin, halfback from Oregon, Malachi Corley, wide receiver from Western Kentucky, safety Cam Kinchins on the board here from Miami, Michael Pratt, quarterback from Tulane, Christian Mahogany, guard from Boston College, Cedric Von Prawn, center from Georgia.
Okay, take me to linebackers. If not, I think it's probably going to be Christian Mahogany.
Yeah, because we still haven't taken a linebacker, right? We missed on them too. Oh, yeah, Cedric Gray, you're right, man. That would definitely be my top pick right here.
Well, then I would I honestly would wait. I would take Christian Mahogany here.
All right, you would go guard Christian Mahogany, right?
Yeah, because if we're gonna bring in some offensive linemen and create, competition in there, we're not gonna bring in one dude, right? We're gonna bring in a couple of guys that want to play. And I'm pretty sure that they were talking earlier that Haynes was more of a Christian Haynes was more of a power blocker, and I think Mahogany was a little bit better at zone, but we need to work on his step.
All right, so your pick is Mahogany, right?
Yep.
All right, so for the sake of time here, we wasted so much time with the beard on the front side of the show here. We're going to do just everybody make a pick here, all right? So, Emilio, you're going to take Christian Mahogany. Up next is going to be Jacob, all right? So, actually, let's just go in order here. Tim, you're going to be on the clock here, actually.
Oh, and you gave me 91.
That was ideal.
Hey,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's fair.
What are we thinking here, Tim?
Whew. Pressure. Almost want to go O-line here again.
Have we taken a safety yet?
Tim.
Didn't we take
no, we thought we were taking a safety. That's for sure.
We took us a corner, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll make this quick. We'll take Kalen Bullock out of USC.
Okay.
I like that.
Nice.
Kalen Bullock out of Tennessee? Or out of, what you said, USC?
USC.
All right.
This is my favorite pick in the draft right there, the 88 or 91. I love that group of people. There's just a great group of people.
God, you crushed that. You absolutely crushed it. All right, Kalen Bullock, safety out of USC. There you go. All right. Up next is going to be Jacob in the 126 spot. You got Audric Estime, halfback from Notre Dame. Cam Hart, cornerback from Notre Dame. Elijah Jones, cornerback from Boston College. Cooper Beebe, guard from Kansas State. Kamal Haddon. I think that's a player that we had actually – someone had mentioned the other day as one of their sleepers.
Yeah, so this is actually a really great grouping right here as well. Audric Estime, some people have him as like the third best. Cam Hart and Elijah Jones. I think Elijah Jones would be amazing. Could reunite Hafley with him. Cooper Beebe. It's like one of the best dominant guards that I've seen. Malik Washington, I even am somehow tempted to pick a wide receiver. Oh gosh, this is not fun. Did we already took a corner?
Yeah, we took Rakestraw.
We took Rakestraw, yeah.
And then Tim just took Bullock.
Did we take a guard yet, though?
Yeah, Mahogany.
Yeah, Mahogany.
Two, actually.
We took JPJ and Mahogany.
All right, let's pull the trigger on Audric Estime.
Woo! Oops, all bigs at running back, baby. We love that.
Oops. That's what they want.
Is that really your pick?
Are you really taking a running back, Jacob?
I am.
Yep. Man, let's do this.
Are you really? We had a good draft going.
I'm telling you, dude, I'm going to take it.
I'm kidding.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with an Irish here. All right, we're good. So we're going to Audric Estime, running back from Notre Dame. All right. 169, Jake Shavink, you were on the clock here, my man. Don't you even look at Joe Milton Jr. I've seen him. He couldn't hit a bull in the butt.
I was almost about to just say
but he
take
can
him,
throw an orange
honestly.
across the football field.
So here's the best available. Joe Milton, quarterback. Dylan Lobb, halfback from New Hampshire. You got center Drake Nugent, tackle Javen Foster. You've got safety James Williams, halfback Dylan Johnson, tackle Walter Rouse. What positions you want to see here, sir?
I would like to see. We didn't take. I'd like to see edge.
Edge.
Yikes! All right, never mind. That's really rough. Boy, let's go offensive tackle.
All right. So offensive tackle, you got Javen Foster from Missouri, Walter Rouse from Oklahoma, Ladarius Henderson from Michigan, Nathan Thomas from Louisiana, Ethan Driscoll from Marshall, Julian Pearl from Illinois.
Have we picked linebacker?
Negative.
We have not, sir.
We have not.
Okay.
But don't they have James Williams as a linebacker?
They do. Yeah, he's 230. I can't imagine he's still going to play safety now. I think the linebackers are going to be taken care of with these last four. Let's get offensive lineman number 3. Let's go Foster.
Foster.
I like that. I really
Missouri
like
in the house again. I love it.
So we're going tackle Javen Foster from Missouri.
And that's what I'm talking about. You're bringing in competition. We're not bringing in one dude to play. We're bringing in 2 or 3 easy.
That's 3 offensive linemen we've taken so far. 3 offensive linemen. You've taken 1 corner, a defensive lineman, a safety, and a halfback. All right.
I think
So
3 line by this point should be stamp that in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
got it.
That was our target initially, Clayton, right? Three offensive linemen.
It was, yeah. We said we definitely need 1 starter at right guard, potentially 2 starters if you include center, and you're ready to kind of move on from Josh Myers, and then 1 tackle, obviously to kind of be that swing tackle.
Dude, and look who's sitting right there.
So, who are you talking about?
Who came on a visit? I mean, we're gonna have half Missouri's team on
Missouri
our
team.
Yeah, Tyrone Hopper. I mean, that is a top 30 visit.
Don't do it.
It's a top 30 visit. And also, he was at the Senior Bowl. And like Paul Brettel pointed out, roughly 50% of the draft class from the last 2 years were at the Senior Bowl. So the short list that we compiled was Tyler Gotton, Keaton Oladipo, Traven Wallace, Tyrone Hopper, and Michael Hall were the only 5 players that were at the Senior Bowl, and also a top 30 visit up to this point from Goody. So probably
Jake did mention the last 4 picks shoring up linebacker.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
Well,
it's go ahead.
I was just going to say that my favorite picks is right here. It's going to be Darius Masau, Trevin Wallace, Dallas Gant. If you scroll down a little bit, I know that Jake loves Jalen Ford, which is actually above. But otherwise, Edifon Olafosio those are my guys.
So you're just saying wait. You want the last 3 picks to be backers.
We don't have to wait. I'm just saying there's still in my opinion, I think Darius Masau, Trevin Wallace, Dallas Gant, Edifon, and Jordan McGee. I think
Jordan McGee, out of Temple.
Yeah,
If you go to the 33rd team's board here, hands down, Traven Wallace is the best linebacker available. They got a 65 grade on him, which, like we had talked about before, as far as a 65 grade on the grading scale, that's a lower end starter. So they're saying that he could start. He being Traven Wallace, if we could go.
Can you pull up corner? Just real quick. We only took 1 corner so far, correct?
Bring up corner and safety while you're at it.
All right. Y'all working me like a dog over here. All right, cornerback and safety. There it is. You got Devonshire, Omar Brown, Johnny Dixon, Josh Wallace, on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm not in love with any of these guys.
All right, Jake.
Daquan Hardy, maybe. I like, and then if we go safety again, Omar Brown. But we have 2 safeties already, correct?
Got 1.
1. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Jake, what are you doing here, man?
At this point, I think I'm just gonna grab one of the top linebackers still there. I'm not super enthralled with what's there either.
Yeah.
I think it depends. I think if you want, not to take super long, but if you want the coverage guys, I think that's Watson. I think that's Mwasaw. If you want guys who could maybe end up being Mike linebackers, I think it's Ford. I think Ford will be interchangeable. I think Wallace would be your guy that you would probably basically, develop to be the Mike.
What do you think of Dallas Gant?
Yeah, I think Gant's probably in that Wallace realm as well, where
he graded out really well.
I know at 228 you have to play him further from the ball, so he'll probably have to be in that coverage group with Mwasaw and Watson as well. Same with McGee; he's at that 228. Yeah, further away from the ball for both of those guys.
For me, the slam dunk here, just because the 33rd team's big board, and I know this would be great value according to my board as well. I definitely want Traven Wallace, so I want to lock him in for the 219th pick to make sure we get him. Okay. So if we take Traven Wallace next, who's the other linebacker you would go with here to make sure we get, Jake?
I would do Ford then. I would have Ford and Wallace be your 2 linebackers that you draft here.
Got it. Run defense grade 80.2. Let's go, man. All right, we're going Jalen Ford out of Texas, linebacker. All right, there's your first linebacker. And again, here at 2.
Or
Omar's still there.
Oh, yeah, Omar Brown's still on the board.
What's that?
Omar Brown's still on the board here.
Yep. Let's see what he looks like here. PFF grade 2021, 83, 64, 82. So
Here's the guy.
this was going to be the pick that we took Trayvon Wallace. Let's do this. Let's go linebacker. Let's go safety real quick and see how
Omar Brown had a visit with us,
Trey
correct?
Taylor is awesome
Yeah.
too. I love Trey Taylor.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. You can't have them both. So let's go around the horn. Who's your vote for? Let's start with you, Emilio. I think we got it narrowed down to Omar Brown and Trayvon Wallace. Who
I
you
would
taking?
put my vote in for Omar.
Omar. All right. Tim, you said Omar, right?
Yes, sir.
Jacob.
God, I'd go Wallace just because we need to adjust linebacker better.
All right. Jake.
I would go Wallace as well.
Wallace it is. Let's do this. All right. So
We finally got one.
There we go.
All right. So 245. We got two more picks left. 245 and 255. So far, we've taken in two interior offensive linemen. We've taken one corner, a defensive lineman, a safety, halfback, an offensive tackle, and two linebackers. So, Tim, since we didn't go with your guy here, you and Jacob are making this pick here. 245. What do you want to see?
Oof. Jacob,
Can
what are you
scroll down?
thinking?
Can you scroll down just a little bit, just over the overall?
He's gonna take the guy.
I would go Dallas Gant. That'd be
Taking
me.
three
Otherwise, Oladapo, Gant or
See, if we're
Oladapo.
going linebacker, I would go McGee.
I'd go 1-2. Go Gant and then go Oladapo. Try to just round out the draft like that.
All right. Is anybody opposed to that? I know Jake is. Look at Jake down there. He's like, I'm trying to keep my mouth shut right now.
No, I was gonna say if they were gonna go linebacker, I think Oladapo becomes the last pick at 255.
Yeah.
I think either way we're landing him. I'm pretty sure.
That is wild. Why do Oladapo drop that far? Is that where they're seeing him, Jake?
I have no idea why he's down here. I'll be honest. I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on. And Clayton, to just freeze on this really quickly.
Uh-huh.
You know, look at his performances against top teams too. Last 3 games of the year: Washington, Oregon, Notre Dame. Those are good teams.
Oh yeah,
play well against good teams.
That's a good
Not
point.
sure what we're doing here, to be honest. 259? Seriously?
The hell, what did you guys, Emilio? When we moved that bar, what did we do here, sir?
No, I'm telling you.
No,
it just
he's
gives
always
you-
been there. He's always there. I just
he is always
What do you
there
know?
near the end.
He's
but-
always there? Really?
Yeah, he's 259th on the big board for PFF. I don't understand.
But hear me out here. Go back
33rd
to
teams got him at 86.
Yeah.
Okay, just go back to all real quick for me.
All right.
And coach, where are we at? Scroll up to the top. Coach is on the same bandwagon I am here. My man from Holy Cross, CJ Hansen, 5 flat 40, 33.5 vert, and an 11.5 broad. I would not be opposed to bringing in one more guy for a battle on the O line.
All right. We've gotten nowhere. Here we
Depot.
sit. Ola Home Depot. That's right. United Bates.
I think
How old is he? Because I know he's a 6-year senior.
Who? CJ Hansen?
No, Ola
Home Depot is
Ola Home Depot. Yeah.
Right down there.
Where is he at again?
259.
259.
259. That's just blowing my mind, dude.
I don't
They won't tell you how old he
first
is.
look.
listen. They
Top
won't.
left.
Look at his run defense grade. 91.3.
His age is unknown. They don't know. It's a mystery.
He's a redshirt senior. He's probably drawing
I got 23 for age right now. That's what I see.
All right.
24 during his rookie year.
Okay.
All right. So who we going with, fellas?
I go Oladapo. Well, I'm sorry. No. Go Gant and then Oladapo. Yeah.
All right. You go Ganton, go Oladapo. Emilio's saying
I would go
CJ
CJ
Hansen.
Hansen, then Oladapo.
All right. Tim.
I'm just going to agree with Jacob to make this go smoother.
What was it again, Jacob? Gant? All right.
Gant and Oladapo.
Jake, tell him how you disagree here, buddy.
I would go Rasheen Ali and Oladapo.
Ooh.
And I would go Tungavailoa.
There you go.
I knew you were going to say that.
Quarterback for Cleveland Columbus.
Yes.
All right. So we just took 2 linebackers, right? We've taken 2 interior offensive linemen.
We have.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ensure that we're going to get Oladapo, and I'm going to do it right now.
All right.
All right. We'll meet in the middle. And at 255, final
Gant's
pick
still
of the
there.
draft. Jake, take us home here, buddy. Tell me what you want to see. Dallas Gant's there too, isn't he?
He is. I want everybody to pitch me on their guy right here. That's what I want.
Other than Dallas Gant playing a bunch of like high schools, like this dude really balled out, right? Like seriously, 80 last year or 80 in 2022, 87 last year. But who did he play here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that matter to you, Jake? Does that matter to you that much, man?
I think to some degree, I think it's nice to see that. But at the same time, like if you're dominating the hand you're dealt, that's usually going to be good enough for me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I can understand kind of being like, well, you know, could I draft be SEC linebacker or this guy from Toledo? I get that. I get that that's part of it. I mean, you know, I don't think getting a third linebacker here is a bad idea, right? The new kickoff, got to have some special teamers who can run some guys down and make plays. So at the very least,
missed tackle
get
rate
something
6.3%, which is just it's pegged out top of the board there. Coverage grade 83, run defense grade even better at 87.2. Yeah, I'm on board with this. Does anybody disagree that we take Jacob's guy here, Mr. Dallas Gant?
Here we go.
All right.
I don't think so.
Forever hold your peace. I know Tim's ready to wrap this thing up. So here you go. We are going to go Dallas Gant here. All right.
Let's see.
Let's see how we did, gents. As we got here. All right. So we went Jackson Powers Johnson, center / right guard with the 25th pick. At 41, we went Ennis Rakestraw Jr. At 58, we went Chris Jenkins. At 88, we went Christian Mahogany, guard out of Boston College. 91, we went safety Kalen Bullock. 126, we went halfback Audric Estime out of Notre Dame. 169, tackle Javen Foster out of Missouri. 202, linebacker Jalen Ford out of Texas. 219, linebacker Traven Wallace from Kentucky. 245, Oladapo out of Oregon.
Who?
And then 255, we went linebacker Dallas Gant. So that is your draft class there. Should we save that or
yeah, you have to save that.
We'll say this is a goodie special here, because the first round they make a pick and the media here they hate it. They hate the selection. They don't like it, and then round 2 to round 5 just cook. That's a goodie draft right there.
I agree. I completely agree, man.
So
you got to be. I mean, it's not. We've had worse, right? That's what she said. We've had worse, but there you go. So, yeah, I don't think it's that bad, boys.
I hate your face, dude. Why are you doing that?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Jake?
We need that clip needs to be on here.
Look at hey, Jake. You didn't even see the real action. Look at that neck tap, bro.
I saw it. Oh yeah, you showed it early on. I was there.
So we might have to break this out for our draft spectacular here.
That beard looks like Mel Kiper's hair.
It kind of does.
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper anyway?
Yeah, look at that, man. He is a little. Look at that, Jake.
That
Jake,
needs to be the Friday. That's the Friday night look. That's the Friday night look.
That's that Sunday morning look.
Right? No, keep it nice and dapper for Thursday night. Right? Show up, professional, all that, and then Friday night just to throw it all out the window with that beard.
There you go. All right, so we'll save this draft. That was a lot of fun. Didn't plan on doing a mock tonight, but here we are. Yeah, round the horn one last time. What did we learn tonight from this draft? Jake, did you learn anything other than that mock draft was just haywire with – if Oladapo was there in the 6th and 7th round, I just don't understand what's going on.
If Green Bay gets Oladapo at 255, I'll get the tattoo.
There you go. All right.
Put it there.
Put it on the board. Put it on the ticker.
Yep.
Emilio, what'd you learn, dude? Anything?
That Jacob has a doppelganger.
There you go.
All I learned.
Tim, sir?
I still don't know half as much about college football as I'd like to, but I'm getting there. That's what I've learned.
There you go.
We love that.
And right when you start to get into college football, sounds like they're going to try to basically make it professional football. Did you hear about that, Jake?
I did.
That
That seems
wild?
like a great thing to cover in the summer. Nice long show on all that and
Yeah,
all
no
the
doubt.
ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be wild. Jacob, sir, my twin brother from another mother.
I've learned that I'm gonna need to really get a lawyer or get something figured out about trademarking or whatever, because identity is not a joke.
What do you think, guys? Which one is it?
This is gonna be rough.
Oh man.
For those of you listening on the pod,
For those of you listening on the pod,
Just so you know, Jacob,
beard.
you started this, man. You started this making fun of my country accent. So,
Dude.
I tell you what.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
now I'm waiting for
just
Jacob
saying.
to come in, and he's gonna have the fro hawk going one day.
No, I'm thinking about it already. I'm thinking right now.
He can't shave the beard though. There's no way.
No.
No, you can't shave the beard. You could get one of those. What's that thing they put on people's head to hide the hair, makes them look bald? You could put one of those on your
Spray
face.
cap?
Spray. I want to do the.
All right, we're off the rails. What are we doing with our life? It's Friday night, and we're sitting here with fake beards on and talking about
One of us are.
One of us is. All right. All right, we're out of here, y'all. Appreciate you hanging out with us. And yeah, everyone in the chat, thank y'all for playing along.
This is true.
It says identity theft is not a joke, Clayton.
Tried to
Millions
tell
of
'em.
families suffer every year. Millions of neck tats suffer every year. So, all right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Appreciate y'all putting up with us. Probably no show tomorrow night. We're going to switch date night to tomorrow. She's seen the neck tat and said, yeah, we need to go out tomorrow night. You know?
Wow.
Hey, you're welcome. Clayton looks like the final boss in like the worst like video game you've ever fought in your life.
You know who I think of? Remember the Mario Brothers? Remember Wario? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
you do look like Wario.
Yeah, kind of a little bit, man. So, hey, and look at me representing my buddy down the hill here, Squibbs Farms. I'm telling you, man, they got the best corn in Tennessee.
Corn.
There you go. All right, y'all have a wonderful evening. Be safe out there. We will see you tomorrow for Good Morning Lambeau. And we might do a midday show tomorrow too, because we won't be going regular time for PTA live tomorrow night. So everyone's welcome to join as always. But yeah, let's hit them with this on the way out. All right, everybody have a wonderful evening. Those of you listening on the pod, thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Everyone grow a beard and go Pack Go.
The power sweep actually is the lead play in our offense. Yes, our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet. Get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here. Try to run this play in the alley.